Hey guys, welcome to the Gamer Show. As you can see here, we're doing a video review of Twisted Metal, Heads-On, Extra Twisted Edition for the PlayStation 2. Being that I only have the PlayStation 3 80GB version, I'm going to be testing this game out on the PlayStation 3. As you can see, it's kind of just showing like a video mock-up of the actual game right now. Some of the cutscenes and some of the developers that are talking about the individual games that they have on here and how the Twisted series is just extra special for the fans. But as it's going through this montage, Eat, Sleep, Play was the one who actually took a hold of this from the PSP, as you can see the loading screen here, and actually integrated it into this one. Now here at the main menu, see I'm switching back and forth. That's kind of a cool effect with the cartoon clown and then going back to the black. And as we launch the launch, just see a little graphical glitch there for a second. Now every time you launch it, you get greeted with this welcome message, about the lost levels, and it kind of goes into explanation. Why these weren't added to the actual game. I believe it was the key members of the Twisted Metal were killed in a plane crash on March 13th of 2005, and I believe it was a year or two later, they received a letter from the actual team that had died saying they wanted everyone to be able to play these levels, and it took them a while, and they finally decided to release it to us. So as I'm going through the menus here, going into, we'll just do a quick challenge. As you can see, these are the vehicle selection screen. Kind of look very little bit similar to the Black series for sure, being that it was a sequel to it. As we're going through here, just kind of looking at some of the cars. Axle, definitely been added from Twisted Metal 2, still in there. Dark Side from the original Twisted Metal 1. And Sweet Tooth, our favorite. Now, if you're also playing the Lost level, there's also a Gold Tooth, if you haven't had a chance. I believe he's also an unlockable car. Also, another unlockable car is 12-pack. Which you won't see in this video review, so that's saved for you guys. Looking at the different maps here, they only have 3 to select from it, the first, but you can unlock the other one, which is kind of a cool one if you're into the... you see that graphical glitch there again on the screen? Yeah, you might have to watch through it again to catch these things, so remember, this is just a quick review. So we're getting into the game. I chose Spectre. Goldtooth's actually in front of me. I'm shooting at him. But you won't see a lot of Goldtooth that much. Just moving around, kind of getting used to the controls for the first time. This is doing a little boost there. You just double click on the X and you go a little faster, and the X and you go a little faster. Here's me as a noob running into the wall. There we go, I had to do it. And there's another wall. As you can tell, it's kind of a cool layout that they have for this level. It's very big, very nice. I like the particle effects. You definitely can get that feel that Twisted Metal is there. It's not completely a finished product, but at the same time, you're still able to play it, and we're able to feel that feeling that what was going to happen, which was really cool of Sony to put this out. And here you can tell, I don't think this is correct with the flame shooting all over the place. I believe that's a bug with the PlayStation 3, but from the looks of it, definitely this game wasn't fine-tuned for the PlayStation 3. There's just kind of glitches all over the place. You'll see, like if you look, it's flashing, and over by Roadkill, by the arrow on the right side, it's all messed up there. But it's alongside the graphical glitches with the PlayStation 3, the game still runs and it plays how it's supposed to. As you see here, we're going through some of the battlegrounds. You see the popping. Watch when I pick a level. See how it's dragging it here. I'll go back again. You'll see. Watch what happens. See, watch, it's getting ready to tear. See how it teared across there? So that's just some of the things that you go through. I'll just do random real quick. See the graphical glitches on the cracking there. Now, I also tried this out. I'm doing the smoother as well that you're watching right now. I went back and forth from the smoother, from on and off, and I really didn't see much of a difference. And I chose to play this in the full screen effect on the PlayStation 3 instead of the normal one, just for the reason being that I wanted to take up the whole screen instead of having the black boxes on the side that it would be normally played on a 4:3 standard resolution. There I just kind of switched real quick, and you notice there wasn't really much of a change. But at the same time, the graphics look really good. The Paris map here is just very intact. I mean, definitely, as we're approaching more and more graphical enhancements. The graphics do lack just a little bit, but at the same time, it still has that Twisted Metal feeling to it, you know. So I'm not going to really degrade it that bad for the graphics, but you know, if you're definitely a Twisted Metal fan, this is definitely a game to pick up. And if you're brand new to the Twisted Metal series, this is a good start because you get a lot of content. Watch, see that you can see the explosion over there. It's kind of all over the place. There'll be another part here in a few seconds that you'll see, but overall, I really enjoyed this product. You know, for 19 bucks, it's a steal. Now watch as we come around here, you get to see some really cool particle, some really good effects. Here comes the tornado. They really beefed that up. That looks really nice, a lot better than the PSP version. But you know, as we venture more into this video review, see the explosion. I think the explosion's supposed to stay here. You can go through these extra bonuses that are on the actual the game itself. But if you watch here, these are the endings that were never added to the original Twisted Metal game, Twisted Metal 1, for the PlayStation 1. That was one of the reasons why I bought my PlayStation 1 back in the day. But as we load up the Asylum, this is the video. See his head, how the explosion, the fire's supposed to be above his head, but for some reason it see how it stays on his head, but when I stop it starts going outwards. And then but this is like a basically your sweet tooth, and you got to bust out of the Asylum. But the only way you can bust out and getting to your sweet tooth car is by collecting tidbits and factoids from the actual Twisted Metal team that they put together. So you know, it's not you know, a really graphically crazy mode, but at the same time it's kind of fun. You get to walk around and look for them, and the music is very repetitive on this. I will say that. And you kind of turn down the volume from time to time. As you see, I'm just walking around, you know, just getting out of the first part. But you know, something that's very interesting, it kind of shows you some new cars and some of the dev teams and cars that never made it to the actual game. But you can see the graphical glitches as well. But you know, it's really cool. It's a great game, and I definitely recommend it to anyone that wants to pick up Twisted Metal. This is a great addition to the Twisted Metal series, and I highly recommend it. You know, if you can stay apart from the occasional glitches on the PlayStation 3, then it's good to go. Alrighty, this is Vipe signing off for the Gamer Show.